Crew360 here, and in this Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 video, we hit the Idaho Backcountry in the double ender to try and complete the Airport from Hell series, which is a trio of handcrafted bush strips that were recently released for free on flightsim.to by Hellraiser1818. To be able to master these backcountry strips, we're going to try and take off and land in each one in a row, and of course we'll be having fun and doing typical bushline shenanigans like flying low and slow, while also performing some incredible one-wheel water skiing. Alright, here we are in the double ender by Got Friends, and we're about to take off from the first of the three backcountry strips from the Airport from Hell series. Now this strip, airport code is 18U, and I'm already pretty excited about this one because we're basically just going to be taking straight off from a cliff with some incredible views. Okay, let's go and take our park brake off, bring our flaps down to flaps 2, and we'll slowly start to bring in the power, and then give her full throttle. Should take off pretty quick for about 35 knots, and there's 35 knots already. Oh wow, the views taken off from this mountaintop do not disappoint, that's for sure. This is why Idaho is one of the best places for backcountry flying. It's, you know, both beautiful and dangerous. And right now I have the date set for the beginning of October, so that way we can check out the fall colors of all the trees, and I gotta say, it's gotta be one of my favorite seasons to fly in. It's definitely one of the underrated features of the new sim. Go ahead and let me know in the comments what your favorite season to fly in is. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this thing around to see how sweet the landing is on this strip. We're doing about 68 knots now, first flaps. This thing, when it's fully flapped out, flaps 4 configured, its stall speed is around 31 knots. There's 56 going flaps 3. Get out of the crab a little bit, and flaps 4. We're doing 48 knots. We're slowing down nice. We'll just go and set her down, a little flare. And we're on the tires, on the brakes easy, pull back on the stick. And we're good. Alright, well, it wasn't too difficult of a landing other than just trying to visualize your altitude in relation to the elevation of the strip, but it was definitely an epic visual approach to the cliffside. Okay, let's spin this thing around and get to the next strip. Going up flaps 2. Get full throttle, should be plenty of room to take off. And we're already at 40 knots, way good. Flaps are clean, and we'll push her over the edge here. Oh yeah, that's cool. Bring the power back. This thing's very high performance. It'll get going very quickly. We're already doing 116 knots. Tons of visibility out of the double ender. Really fun bush plane to fly. Alright, so we're going to make a right down this river here. And if you can see, I just turned on the markers. That second marker there, that's our second airport that's we're going to be checking out. Marker off. Just kind of remember it's right up there before that turn. The river below us there is the Snake River, and it's about 1,000 miles long. It's the largest tributary of the Columbia River in the Pacific Northwest. Alright, let's go flaps 1. Do a little bit of side slip to get down. A little bit of right rudder, left aileron. Driving around 2,000 feet a minute. That should be enough there. Alright, so going to put in flaps 3. Doing about 60 knots. See, the runway is going to be right around that corner. It's a very tricky approach that we're going to have to be sliding in, a little bit of a crab. Once we're fully configured, flaps 4 in this thing, install speeds around 31 knots, so we should be able to touch her down pretty slow. We're doing 53 knots right now. It's just around that bend right there. 49 knots. I'm going to throw the last stage of flaps in. Knots. Let's try to keep it right around there, 39. Our runway's coming into view. It's a very tight approach. 38 knots. I'm going to kind of dip it down, a little bit of a crab right over these trees, pull back to power a little bit, left rudder, pull back to idle, get her on the ground. On the ground and on the brakes, pull back on the stick. We are down. This is the second bush strip, 17U. It's definitely the most difficult to land at. Some nice little scenery add-ons here. Got an outhouse, just in case you know, got to do your thing. Little picnic table to enjoy the view. Alright, let's flip it around. We got the flaps, flaps 2. Alright. Double ender, definitely it has a cast ring tail wheel, so it's a little tough to get it lined up and straight, but it's very accurate. Okay, let's slowly roll on the power, make sure we're going straight. Then we'll go from the power. 35 knots. There's 35, and we're up. And flaps up. Alright, so we're going to spin around real quick. We're going to keep flaps 1, just because we're going to be making a pretty tight turn, lower speeds. Don't want to lose too much lift. Luckily for us, the double ender is very agile. And we'll just head back south down the river to our last airport that we're going to check out. The best part of bush flying is low and slow, so let's get a little lower here. Enjoy the scenery. See all the rocks on the side. Really loving the updated visuals, and I'm pretty excited for whenever they decide to fix the screen flickering when you're running the triples. It would definitely make a huge difference. Just cruising around 70 knots. Right above the river. This is a nice long stretch of water here. Let's go and try to do some water skiing. Bring our airspeed up just a little bit. 83 knots. Kind of get her trimmed out a little bit. A little bit of forward stick pressure, slowly get closer. And there we are. One wheel. Oh yeah, gotta love the nature sound of birds chirping getting interrupted by a bush plane dragging its tire across the river at about 80 knots. skimming the water at 73 knots. A little bit of one reel right rudder. Oh, this is awesome. Oh yeah, this thing's fun to fly. So yeah, I mean, I hope you guys are enjoying watching me push this bush plane to its limit. So, you know, give me a like if you do, and a subscribe if you want to see more awesome flight sim content from my POV in the sim rig. Looks like we got a little bit of a dam here. Yeah, we're definitely going to skim across this. Oh, nice blue waters up here. Beautiful. There it is. Got a little bit of power. Water likes to have some friction. Let's see how long we can water ski this thing. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, that's cool. Alright. And that is our third and final. It's a 16U from the airport from Hell series. It looks like it's up on the side of a mountain up there. That should be a fun one. To gain a little bit of altitude to get up there. Oh yeah, the scenery here is beautiful. I could imagine flying here. I will say that the orange camel paint job on this double ender definitely looks great up against the fall colors. Okay, I see the windsock there. Looks like pretty much the only way we're going to be able to approach is from the south. So we'll be doing a left base into it. We'll just cross over the canyon here and swoop back in and try to make our approach that way. Do 70 knots, flaps 1. There's our runway back over there. A little bit of rudder will flip this thing around. Somewhere right up there. I think I see the opening. We'll go flaps 2. We'll power back a little bit. Oh yeah, it's coming in inside there. 64 knots, 63, flaps 3. 56 knots. We got plenty of speed. We'll go flaps 4. Doing 47 knots now. Now remember, stall speed's at 31 in flaps 4. So we have plenty of forward momentum and speed. Alright, runway's in sight. We're gonna make it. Already back at idle. It's 43 knots. And back to idle. Let her float in. And we're on the ground, on the brakes. And pull a stick back. And we're down. Oh yeah. Pretty sweet little series of airports here. I would definitely recommend downloading these. It's a pretty fun little bush trip and a great location. Here's the map for some idea of where I'm at, and it's really only about a 14 nautical mile trip one way. Full flap takeoff, and we're in the air at 33 knots. Clean up the flaps. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching me fly this bush plane around the Idaho backcountry. So like if you did, subscribe if you haven't. Come and be my virtual wingman. Later.